Hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry for the horrible audio. But anyways, let's jump into it. This week is always sponsored by Haven Cottage Investments. You know the deal. You know the people. You know how to contact them. Shoot them an email. Call them. Anything like that. You need to get investments right. Houses, apartments, anything and everything that revolves around where you're living, where you're sleeping, or where you're eating. Hopefully it's not in a box. Either way, contact them. Alright? All the information is down below. And if you mention the podcast, you get half off your commission rate. That is awesome. Alright? And without further ado, here's the episode. One more podcast.
What I say?
Whoa.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the one more piece of... Oh, I just hit the table. One more piece of advice. I have with me on my right,
Blake.
and on my catty corner,
Evan.
and then right behind me.
Other Evan.
Yes. So we're here, as we all know, to give advice, and us being in our well-adjusted and quite quaint lifestyles.
Well,
That is the joke, isn't it?
We are totally capable and knowledgeable enough to give advice on
Just about anything.
A variety
literally
of subjects.
anything. So
Basically masters of everything here.
exactly. Actually, have you seen The Masters of None?
No, I haven't.
On
Has
Netflix.
Yeah,
What
with
was
Aziz
it?
Ansari. Ha, such a good show.
Is it?
Really
Okay, yeah.
good.
I know
Like,
it's on Netflix. I've been meaning to check it out.
definitely need to binge that. Like, it's just 2
Sweet.
seasons. I think it's only like 10 episodes or 13 episodes.
Okay.
Really good. All right, while I look up a topic, you guys mutter amongst yourselves.
Dude, we should watch some BoJack Horseman tonight.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
BoJack Horseman messed me up. Hold on.
Yeah?
Like, I finished it.
I
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for the next season.
believe
Like,
that. Yeah.
I'm really surprised that they're 4
We're
or
on, like,
5
season
seasons.
2.
Okay, so I think they're on the 4th or 5th season right now, and that show's still going strong. Like, I'm still like way
Do
invested.
I need to watch it then? Is it really funny?
It's
It's
really
pretty
funny.
fucking
Will
funny,
Arnett
yeah.
is just top notch.
Will Arnett is a genius in anything he
is.
does, though.
It is pretty funny, but don't expect to be like just laughing your ass off the entire time. One of the big things about the show is that it does go back and forth very, very quickly and without any notice at all
Okay.
of being either very serious or very funny.
Okay.
Yeah, it really does go from 0 to 100 back to 0 pretty quick. Like, something funny will happen, and then you'll have, like, a monologue about depression, and then it's back to funny within 10 seconds. And it's kind of scary.
Yeah, the last couple of seasons are super intense, and
Sometimes
I'm not
it
going to
feels
say
a little
anything.
too real.
Do it.
I said sometimes that show feels a little too real.
Oh, very much so. And
Despite being about a talking horse.
yeah, so I think one of the devices that they use of talking animals and stuff like that, it's kind of masks the quote unquote really real moments that are like too intense and too real because they're just animals. What do they know? They don't have normal human lives.
Right.
Because if this was like a normal lives human show, it'd be way messed up. But it's okay
It'd
because
be
it's the
super
horse.
depressing if it
It'd
was
be
like,
very
if it was like a
depressing.
live action show with people.
Well, that's what Seth MacFarlane said is the great thing about animation. You can do so much shit with
Yeah.
animation that you could never do. Like, you could never have a gay baby in a gay evil baby
Yeah,
in a
that's
real life show. And so, how's it coming over there?
Keep talking.
Get off the AMA EA thing.
on AMA. Oh my gosh.
Oh, we could talk about EA,
We can talk about EA.
I could go on about EA all day.
but I think people are sick of it at this point.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
Fair.
it's only been
I think we
like
can keep it
2
short and
days.
concise. Evan,
We
do you
can.
think EA sucks?
Yes, I think we all do.
Blake, do you think EA sucks?
Their last good game was Lord of the Rings: Return of the King on PS2.
Yuval,
That was a really good game.
Yuval, do you think EA sucks?
No comment.
What?
He's trying to get sponsored.
Oh, all right.
Sponsored by EA.
I guess we may as well
Yeah,
not
that's
post up this
that's a good way
podcast
to lose
then.
all of your watches.
How many downvotes will this
If
podcast
you want to unlock
get?
the rest of this episode, start buying crates, bitch.
Right.
All right, so I found a question.
I also think EA sucks.
I think
For the record.
I think we've kind of bounced around it, but we never really directly answered this kind of question. So the question is, I'm in love, but I don't know if I want to be with my girlfriend.
Mm.
I'm in love, but I don't know. Way to repeat the title. I'm in love, but I don't know if I want to be with my girlfriend. We've been dating since February, and I do love her, but we've recently transitioned into a long distance relationship, and it's become really hard to be with her because we fight all the time. This also isn't helped by my seasonal depression. What do you guys think I should do?
End it.
Really? Just like that?
Yeah, no.
I mean, since
I
February...
I did long distance for 3 years out of a 4.5-year relationship.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Well, I mean, was the goal to be back into the short distance, or because like that was during college and then after college, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if they've been dating since February, and unfortunately he doesn't say how long, he says recently transitioned into a long distance relationship. So what if, next month or something they're gonna get back into
Well, yeah,
the regular
if it's like 2 months, that's fine. But if you're thinking like actual long distance, like year, like I'd say anything over like a time of like a regular armed forces deployment is too much. Like maybe like getting deployed for like a max of a year.
Can definitely be a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I think
sure
going
can exceed that
over,
too, but-
well, typically, 6 months to a year.
And you don't think
I
it's
think
worth
going
to stay in a
over that,
relationship?
I think going over it, it's not worth it. If you actually think you can make it work and you're, only 6 months or a year apart, I guess it's...
So if the love of your life, with perfect in every way, makes you happy, you lose your SAD, seasonal affective disorder, which, okay, real quick, I think that's really kind of funny that they call it SAD, but it's like the seasonal affective disorder. I'm just thinking...
Is that a thing? Like,
yeah, it is. Seasonal affective disorder.
So
is
when it becomes
sad.
winter, you get
Yeah.
sad and
Sad.
Yeah.
depressed?
Sad.
You get sad and you get sad.
Yeah.
you catch a terrible case of sad and become sad.
Mm.
You are sad because
Okay.
you're sad.
I just think of Toby from The Office, and I forget what scene it was or whatever, but I think it was either Andy or Michael, and they were like talking about sad. Oh, it was whenever the warehouse came to the office for the safety training. And so Michael's trying to make the office seem a lot more dangerous because, it's a very relaxed environment and very cozy job. And he lives a very nerfy lifestyle. And so they were talking about sad. And then Toby's like, thank you. I'm really happy that you recognize that sad is a problem or something like that. So it was really funny.
No one cares, Toby.
Exactly.
Anyway, what you were saying.
But anyways, back, yeah, so perfect in every single way, but she's like, we have to do long distance for like 7 years.
Well, I think an important thing to note that this advice asker specifically was mentioning is that when they do talk, despite being long distance, they fight all the time.
Yeah.
That is true. They do fight.
I mean, that right there is a signifier to me that it's not worth it.
Really?
Because if you can't even be, I guess, cordial to each other when you're not around each other,
Yeah.
it kind of shows like some deep jealousy issues. Because that's one reason you'll get mad at your significant other in a long distance relationship is feeling like they're not being completely honest about something.
Okay.
Or you're, jealous about something. You see them with a guy or whatever and you're like, okay, wow, that sucks. So I think that's part of it. And that's, if you can't fully trust the person you're with, I don't think long distance is worth trying.
I agree. Your last point that you made about if you don't fully trust them, then there's no reason to be in the relationship to begin with. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like that sometimes couples get into rough patches, and you just kind of have to push through it. And either because of this transitional period, maybe that's what's kind of causing a more tension and stuff like that. But then once they kind of mellow out, then they'll less. I mean, unfortunately, we didn't get the whole situation here, but I think he should give it the old college try at least. At least try and be in the relationship for a couple months, see how it works out, and if it looks like it's going to get brighter, okay, great. If it's not, then have a conversation about potentially ending it. Mm-hmm. Blake, you've been pretty quiet.
Well, I don't know.
Have you ever had a long distance relationship ever?
No, I see my girlfriend every weekend.
Sure.
But we've talked about it before. If she wants to go to San Marcos or anywhere else to do her graduate, then I'm prepared for that.
Okay.
It don't get me wrong, it's going to suck.
Sure.
But for a girl that for the past 3 years has been my girl, it is what it is, and I'll cope.
That's true.
But I don't know. They've been dating for 7 months, and they're fighting.
Yeah.
The first year is supposed to be lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
You know,
That's true. Oh, so you're thinking if the romance is dying now?
Dude, yeah, dude. Ditch that. Keep looking.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Evan, any closing thoughts? Good.
I've pretty much said my fill.
All right. Cool. Next question from 46 minutes ago.
Whoa.
Ooh,
Relevant.
but very relevant.
We're on topic.
BF's ex won't leave us alone, and then it's
Ooh.
like the emoji face looking up with like the red cheeks. My BF, that one. You see it?
The rolling your
the-
eyes emoji.
Whatever. Rolling your eyes, looking up, whatever. Same thing. Anyways, my BF,
As in boyfriend?
yes,
Okay.
my boyfriend I'm living with dated a younger girl 4 years younger than him.
Oh.
Ironic because now he's dating me and I'm 4 years older. LOL.
Hey.
He broke up with her because she cheated on him, and they were only together for 9 months. She had been texting and calling him from different numbers. Okay, all right. Along with prank calling his phone once in a while over the past 5 months. We blocked every number we find is hers or her friends that she may be borrowing. We never responded to the messages. We just delete and ignore. She stalks my social media Instagram stories, likes my pictures, and tried adding me and his brother a few times, which we kindly ignore and block. We believe it's because it's best to keep ignoring her. Perhaps she'll tire herself out, but it's super annoying, and sometimes we feel like saying, "Ugh, leave us alone. If you don't, we'll pursue a restraining order. We'll change our numbers. We'd change our numbers, but we have important business reasons for not doing so." Do you guys have any similar ex stories? Or if so, how'd you deal with them? Should we speak up? Blah, 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 blah. Help.
Exes are like stray cats. Once you feed them, they never go away.
Oh, okay.
So keep ignoring, and yeah,
Keep
they
choking
will,
them out?
Yeah, they will tire themselves out.
Okay.
That's how I see it. And kudos to your boyfriend for still being chill. You know,
True.
Like, I don't know, guys are horny, and if if an
That's
ex
true.
that you used to have relations with is still trying to come on to you, it's a little bit difficult to, you know, just kind of block it out. But I've had a crazy ex-girlfriend. You just got to block it out and keep on trucking.
All right.
Yeah, he kind of nailed it on the head. There's really, I can't really have
So-
anything else to add.
So you don't think just legitimately having just a with the girlfriend and the ex and just all sit down together and say,
That's not the kind of person you sit down with.
No.
really, just not
Yeah,
trying to be
no.
mature.
No.
Why?
Because it's like trying to have a conversation with a 4-year-old that, like, a 4-year-old watches something on TV and he wants that toy really bad. And it's like going to Toys R Us and showing him that toy and saying, "Nah, you can't get it." And then trying to drag that kid out of Toys R Us.
Well,
Don't
I mean,
just-
I think you're discrediting because I mean, sure, I think she's like they said 4 years younger, but
so she's not mature. They've proven
well,
that.
we don't know that because what if it's like he's
30s,
like
yeah.
late 20s or something?
Well,
where-
you know, people can still not be mature by that point.
Yeah,
I mean, you're
think,
right.
Like,
But I mean,
if she's continuing to be this incessant about it, if it's been several
5
accounts,
months.
several phone numbers,
5 months of different phone numbers and everything like that.
yeah,
Okay.
I think that any rational person would have gotten the hint at around the 1 month mark.
Right,
Probably wouldn't
exactly.
have been
So-
true.
Right, she's out of her fucking mind, which
So-
is why you don't feed that stray cat.
Well, but I mean,
Keep-
if
stay
this
inside.
person's willing to go on for like 5 months or do all sorts of crazy crap, you know, shouldn't you try and have that?
You were going to sit down with your girlfriend.
Yeah, and just
No,
say,
if,
look,
if I would talk to her, it would be me alone, and I'm telling my girlfriend, "Hey,
But
I'm gonna
you
go
tell her
talk
about
I'm,
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna go talk this bitch off the ledge.
okay, well, that's
If I don't come back, you know why?
Okay.
you know.
all right.
So,
Would you try and press any legal action?
if she started making threats, maybe.
Okay,
But
but just
there's a point where you could almost get like a small term harassment case, but it's not really worth it.
like a restraining order,
Yeah.
like what they said.
I don't think it's worth.
It's not worth
that
the
amount
legal
of
But
effort.
I mean,
Trouble, I
for
don't-
5 months, if someone's like berating you with texts and calls,
I would have told them. I would have either ignored them, or if they were annoying enough, I just told them to fuck off.
okay,
It means no difference to me.
so no one would have a rational conversation with the person.
That's
you
not
just
a rational- that's not a rational
have
human
a rational
being.
conversation with someone who's been bickering you for 5 months from different phone numbers and different people.
Well, I feel like there's
That's
That's
not a rational
stalker
human
shit.
being.
exactly, but then
So sit down and have a rational conversation with a stalker.
In a police office.
Yeah.
That's where you go.
well, no, I mean you can be serious with them. You say, look, you know, I understand, blah 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 blah. Maybe try and understand why they're doing this, because what if for whatever reason, there's something important that the person... I'm not saying this is the actual reason,
His dick
but...
just may be that good. Who knows?
I mean, I have no idea, but, if you have a rational conversation and say, look, if you don't stop, we're going to press legal actions, then wouldn't that be enough? I mean, hell, that'd scare me off if some person was like, hey, stop talking to me, or I'm going to restrain.
If fuck off didn't work, yeah, I'd probably say... I wouldn't have a sit-down talk. I'd just text them and be like, hey, if you don't leave me alone, I'm going to press legal action at this point.
Okay.
Because
Straight
you're
up.
harassing me. Like, there's no point in getting in the same room as them. There's no point in seeing them at all.
Well, I mean, I feel like there's a more emphasis on that physical... Because, I mean, same thing with... And forgive me if this is not the exact same situation, but, asking someone out. Would you rather... Is it more personable to ask someone over the phone or ask someone face-to-face?
It's more personable face-to-face,
Exactly.
but I don't want to be personable with someone who I don't like.
Well, don't you think that would... Because if you're just going to get a text from someone and say, hey, shove off, or we're going to pull a restraining order, I feel like that's going to piss the person off even more and say, well, how dare they? How could they? Blah, 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 blah.
And then you proceed to get the restraining order.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then your problem solved.
Well, you can avoid the restraining order altogether if you show up in person and you say, look...
Hey, Blake.
We've been broken up for about 5 months now, or I have no idea how long we've been broken up now. Blake, I would appreciate it if you stop harassing me.
Why are you doing this?
Because
you don't love her. You love me.
But unfortunately, I do
Stop
love
doing
her.
this.
So Blake,
I will never forget about you.
But Blake,
stop doing this.
If you keep doing this, I'm gonna have to get.
Do you remember those
restraining
beautiful nights
order
where I cried in your arms?
I did not remember that. Blake, I will have to get a restraining order if you do not stop.
If you
this.
think that'll stop me,
all right. Well, then that's when you leave and you get a restraining order.
I'm pregnant.
Well, damn.
Sorry. Anyway, next.
That was the most amazing skit I've ever seen.
That was some pretty impressive improv, I've got to say.
The nights when I cried in your arms.
Ooh, okay, this is a little juicy. Again with the clearing. My sister says she will tell me a secret and ruin my life. We still live in the same house, working a job and going to school and trying to move out. I have a bunch of gross fetishes dealing with humiliation, bondage, swimsuits, cross-dressing, diapers, and porn. Well, isn't the porn a fetish? I don't know, whatever. Okay. My sister raided my room and found all my secret items. She even went through... Okay, I don't know if this is a man or a woman.
Oh, no.
She even went through my internet history and messages. Okay, well, that's where you messed up. Whenever we have an argument, she threatens to tell all... Oh, okay, so he is a guy. To all my guy friends that I like diapers and dressing like a girl. I hate how she threatens me. She says she will ruin my life so much that I will want to kill myself. She keeps telling me to kill myself. Wow. Okay. I don't like her anymore. I don't like her anymore, and I want her to stay away from me. She's very toxic, and I hate her. And how am I supposed to deal with this? She's always threatening me and tells other people I cross-dress. It's like she's outing me, and I hate it.
Hit the gym, lawyer up, delete Facebook.
Amen.
Thank you, Reddit.
And move.
Done.
But I mean, the family part doesn't...
No, I'd call the cops.
So there's nothing illegal that he's done.
It's just embarrassment and like social suicide.
Diapers,
I think that would be
dude.
social homicide, but
Diapers, dude.
Yeah, homicide. Sorry, not suicide.
Diapers.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got their fetish. Everyone's got a kink.
You're not-
You know the American Dad song. Everybody's got a kink. So, like, I'm no judge.
do your
it doesn't
thing.
really change anything about this whole story.
Just,
Besides your
I'm with
personal
Evan.
opinion
Hit
of
the
the man.
gym, lawyer up, and move.
Really? Just
no, I was
family.
joking.
Family is not
Dude,
matter at all.
I need to
No,
know
no,
the
dude, it
age.
doesn't-
This sounds very... I don't know.
I'm guessing probably in maybe high school or college.
Okay.
Probably college.
That's weird,
Because
man.
yeah, they're working and going to school and trying to move out.
What is her problem?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why
guess
is she
that's-
king shaming?
sociopath.
First of all, I don't see the point. Second of all, I think there's... I don't know. I feel like there's a paranoia here that doesn't necessarily...
Well, I mean, if she's outright saying that,
Well-
hey, I'm going to ruin your life socially.
Yes, and I do understand that, but my main question is who would she actually be telling this that...
She put it
His
on
friend-
blast
Facebook,
it on Facebook,
tag
and
him,
social
whatever.
media, and all that stuff.
At which, unless she's got like photo evidence or some crap, which I don't know. She may.
Oh, that is well. I mean, she
At
said
that point, you just
Deny.
you
Deny.
just flatly deny it, and just
Pull a wine scene and just deny.
And if anybody doesn't believe you, then quite frankly, why were you friends with them anyway?
that's true.
And dude, I'm gonna be honest.
What?
If you told me that all your ridiculous kinks or whatever, and they happen to be diaper ones, I would take a second to process, but I'd be like, hey, you know what? It is what it is.
My kink is paying bills on time.
Oh, God, that's hot.
God, it's so hot.
Not
and
getting
like,
the electricity
maybe-
turned out on
Is
me.
the table raising up for you guys too?
All right. So
Evan, stop touching me.
we deny, and
Ooh.
but I mean, but I'm more interested going forward in the future. So let's say this all blows over, okay, whatever. If you're gonna burn this bridge, I mean, she's still family. Though.
What is she saying that he should do for her, unless she?
Oh, I don't think she's saying anything.
I think she's just threatening it.
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe here.
I would just work my ass off and move
Whenever
out.
they're in an argument. So
I would just ignore her then.
Okay.
Like the base minimum of conversation that you need to have with your sister.
Mhm.
I would leave it at that, and I would block it out. I would work my ass off, make a lot of money, and move out as quickly as I could.
Okay. So then, I think we kind of covered as many points, but a question before we move on for everyone, and we'll do this kind of lightning round style.
What are our kinks?
No, not what are your kinks.
Thank God.
That'll be for the bonus content. Okay, so everything blows over. You didn't necessarily burn the bridge, but 10 years later, do you try and reconnect with your sister?
No.
Evan?
Probably not at that
Blake?
point.
If she matures, yeah, that's at the end of the day, that's still my sister.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
she went crazy for a little bit. It happens. That's just what happens with women. So,
And men. I mean, everybody.
I have a theory on that, but anyway.
All right, that'll be bonus content.
Yeah, just a final comment. If she does show signs of changing, then yes, the effort would probably be worth being made.
Sure.
But if she doesn't, there's no point. There really
I
isn't.
just say no either way.
All right. All right, next question. Going out on my first ever date.
Aww.
I'm an 18-year-old man, if that is important, and I'm going out on my first date tomorrow with a lovely girl I met on school campus.
Cool.
Now, since this is my first date, and the fact that I'm a really shy person and things can possibly get awkward at times, here I am seeking some advice. What should I do when I initially meet her? What do I talk about? And how can I make things less awkward?
Got it.
All right.
Got it.
All right.
Don't be silly. Wrap your willy.
Okay. I mean,
Yes.
don't think. I
Yeah.
mean, good
No,
advice.
yes.
I
Good
don't-
advice.
I think you're thinking a little too far ahead, though.
You are thinking.
I'm
He is,
doing the ahead thinking for him.
but this
No,
you are
it is
head
it is
thinking.
I'm with
important
Evan on this
ahead
one.
thinking to do,
But
but at the same time,
I think an awkward 18-year-old going on his first date probably maybe
Think-
will get a good night kiss.
Think about yourself when you were 18 and you went on dates.
But if
wasn't my first
awkward,
date, though.
First date,
That's true.
awkward. I mean, we don't even know if mom's going to drive him on the date. You know,
Oh.
does he have a license or not? Who knows?
He'd
So
I wouldn't even,
I would hope
even
so.
go on the date at that point. As a
you know that's very true. I very much tried to avoid.
Thanks, Mom.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I agree. But
I'd rather fucking walk.
so okay, so then to
Honest.
put a spin on it. Put on a spin on it. What are the best ways you can make a first impression? Best ways.
Walk up with a smile, compliment her on how she looks,
Mhm.
and maybe give her a hug, and then
Ooh, a hug.
Dude, were you raised in Texas? It sounds like you were raised in Texas.
what is that supposed to mean?
Do you say howdy?
You're just a southerner.
Occasionally I do. So what?
You're
Well,
just
that's
a
an A&M
southerner, and
thing,
I
I
love it,
think.
dude.
So what if I say howdy occasionally?
No, that's
to-
okay. I
I
say
say
howdy.
I say
people.
y'all way too much.
Absolutely.
Way too
it's-
much.
it's-
I've never been able to really wrap my mind around y'all. Not
That's
a, not
fine.
a big fan.
I'll be
That's
I'll
okay.
be on the phones at work and I'll say y'all every other sentence. And
It's-
they'll be like,
it's-
Are you guys in Texas? And I'm like, yes,
You
ma'am.
got it. It's
Did
one
you
less
ever get
syllable.
laid on it?
It's one less syllable.
Well,
Southerners are usually a
Rode
little
my
bit.
horse to work.
There you go. Yeah.
So,
But
but you wouldn't do
anyway,
like
first
a
impressions,
you
yeah.
wouldn't do like a grand scheme or something like that.
No, I wouldn't curtsy and bow.
No. I mean
Whenever-
like make like
Balloons
like an
and
intricate,
confetti.
yeah,
Not
like an
curtsying in your
intricate kind of
kilt,
thing.
dude.
No.
Where you show
First
up
of
with
all,
chocolates
you
or
understand
something.
that this kid is shy.
yeah,
That-
but
that-
if we're
take that
telling him
into-
to do it, then
right,
he'll do it.
Yeah, and okay.
Yeah, okay,
Okay, here's what
obviously.
you do. Call Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
Have him dance around her.
Uh-huh.
And then get a flash mob
Oh,
to
okay.
the soundtrack from
Fantasia.
yes,
Fantasia.
Fantasia.
I mean, I think if you can get Billy Crystal to show up, then you've already got enough connections to make this thing work out, regardless of how
Then,
good you
then
are.
you have to worry about wrapping your willy.
Yes,
At
with
that
Billy
point,
Crystal,
maybe.
yeah. But no, in all seriousness, walk up with a smile. Even if you don't smile with your teeth, just be genuinely warm and inviting.
Okay.
Maybe give her a hug, compliment on how she looks.
I wouldn't hug.
You wouldn't hug? That's fine.
Not at the beginning. I
Maybe
wouldn't.
maybe like
I give side hugs.
okay,
Whenever- I
maybe
remember-
a side hug would be okay.
No, I remember
Side
giving.
hugs are the worst.
No, I remember giving side hugs to girls when I would go out on the first date with them.
The side hugs are okay
'Cause
because
that's-
I feel like a full on contact is just like
And then based on that side hug, how she reacts.
true.
You.
What about a pat on the head? Hey, how you doing?
And
Sup?
Yeah,
maybe
so
not.
That's
I
gonna
can do
make
that.
it seem
And
like
then,
you're belittling her pretty quick.
I don't know.
That's true.
I see. Let's just assume that they're meeting each other somewhere.
Sure.
Because we don't know if this guy has a car or not.
That's
and
true.
if he
He'd
does,
probably-
and if he doesn't, then his mom's going to drop him off somewhere. He's not going to go
Right.
pick her up.
Drop me off
Yeah.
3 blocks.
Right.
away,
Let me
please.
walk up out of the shadows.
Sure.
And let's say they meet out in front of a restaurant that they're about to go to, out in front of a bar. Or how old is he? 18? Never mind.
Yeah.
Out in front of a restaurant or a movie theater or whatever. And that's when you smile, compliment,
Side
hug. If not, oh well.
What about a handshake?
No.
Handshakes
that seems
feel
too
formal for dates.
Yes.
And it seems
I like fist bumps. That's just me.
okay.
I don't know about a fist bump.
I like a good thumb war.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
No, keep your elbow on the ground. You can't do that.
Just
All right. So, moving then, what are like light conversation first date topics?
I am so shit at this part.
Always ask questions.
Always
Just
ask
don't
questions?
stop asking questions. She
I
does
mean-
not give a shit about what you have to say.
Well, sure, okay, I understand, but like, in what genre of questions?
Ask her about her family. Ask her about music, movies. Ask
don't
her
think-
about
Basically, no religion,
Well,
no
no
politics,
religion, no politics.
really, that's a no dater for you.
Not on
no
the first date.
not
Not
no
the
first dater.
date. Not the first date.
Well, what if it's like a casual, just like, hey, are you Democrat
I
or
mean, well,
whatever?
okay.
Not even that.
I don't like politics at all.
Or
on
is
the
that
first
too-
date, but if they're like, "Are you religious?" I'll answer that. But like,
Okay.
I don't like politics.
and
Yeah,
Personally,
saying
I
it
don't
out
care
loud.
about politics, but I just don't want it to be a.
I'm just imagining-
I'm a cute girl, and you
Yeah, and I'm
just,
just
and we're
like-
sort down having.
Hey, are you a Democrat or
Hey,
Repu-
how about that Bernie Sanders?
Republican? Or are you in the middle? I gotta use the restroom real quick.
yeah,
And you
don't
come,
do that.
come back out, and she's not even there.
He calls us and
Do
it's like, "What do I
exactly
do?"
not-
I asked her.
Oh
Dude,
no!
wait. What happened? What happened? What
Bail,
did you
is
do
there a
wrong?
window?
I asked her about religion on the first date. Dude, you gotta get out.
Is there a
You gotta
window in the
get out of
bathroom?
there.
But
Run.
Yeah, no, I agree. Don't do
family,
that.
music, movies.
No, keep it like light on everything, or would you have an area of focus? Because I mean, I know you're the movie buff, and you could be like, "Hey, did you know that in 2004, Academy Award winning actor did this thing with this other actress and won an Oscar for it?" And then you could like boom like that.
I would test
But-
the waters a bit before you go into anything real deep. Like if it's something you're
Right.
both interested in, then
Okay.
then go ham. Just have a talk about that all evening. But
True.
otherwise, just touch on it a bit. And
Ooh,
move
what
on.
about like predate stuff? Would you like try and fish the waters and be like, "Hey, what is your opinion on Obama?" And
No,
then-
Nope.
and
Again,
then
because
jump
those
in.
are things like that will come up eventually.
Sure.
So you don't want to force those things, but I think you can tell a lot about a person based on what music they listen to, based on what movies they like. If they don't like movies or music,
I agree.
Their family
If they
dynamics.
don't like music, they're not getting a second date.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If that's your thing, do you?
Well, okay,
Their
so-
family dynamic is going to be huge. One thing, what was the thing on Family Guy that Quagmire said? Ask them about their relationship with their father. If it's anything positive, move on. Don't do that. But
Yeah.
But do that.
Well, so okay, so now I'm curious, because this has always been an issue for me, even to this day. Is you meet someone and you hit it off and it's really awesome, and you ask them out on a date. You say, "Hey, you want to go on a date? Whatever, great, awesome." from then till the date, what do you talk about? What is that conversation? Do you not talk at all until the date?
I know where you're coming from.
How much contact are you having with them on a daily basis?
Well, they go to school, so assuming he also has their number.
You go to class with someone, and then you're in class, and you don't necessarily sit next to each other. But one day you're like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna sit next to this person."
Mustered up the courage.
Sure, and then you talk. You strike up a conversation. Hey, yeah, I think you're cute. Whatever. Can I get your number? Blah 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 blah. Obviously, being a lot more smooth and charismatic, but
All right, you've all.
I can't.
Another skit. I'm the cute girl.
All right. Okay.
I'm the cute brunette.
What class are we in? What class?
Brunette in
physics
with glasses.
I would never be in a physics class.
In accounting. Accounting.
I would never
101.
be in not accounting. Let's do
finance.
Let's do marketing. Marketing's a large class, so we could probably sit off to the side and
I am wearing
talk.
I'm wearing tight jeans with tennis shoes and a.
So you're going casual?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
And my hair is up in a ponytail.
Oh God.
I did put on makeup today, but it wasn't
very.
But it was very basic,
it's
you know.
subdued.
And I have glasses on, so I'm super casual.
Sure.
And I also have a way bigger backpack than I need.
Can I tell that you've showered today?
I smell good.
You smell good. Okay.
I smell good.
All right. So God, I'm getting
Maybe
nervous
a
right
hint
now.
of
Like
perfume.
my heart is skipping a beat. I'm
Blake,
like,
wait. What is your name?
oh yeah, what is your name?
Let's go. What's a Jewish name that you all will like?
Oh goodness. Oh, all right.
No, fine. My name is Rachel.
Rachel. Can it not be Rachel?
Sure. Let's make it
Vanessa.
Can it not be Vanessa?
What do you
What
have
do you
an
want me
idea
to
in
pick,
mind?
pick my name?
Gertrude. No.
Cheryl.
Cheryl works.
Cheryl.
Cheryl.
My name is Cheryl with the CH.
Oh,
Isn't that
like
most
Cheryl,
Cheryls?
like old person Cheryl.
Okay.
Is that not most Cheryls? Am I crazy? Okay, never mind.
All right.
Just go with it.
All right, we're in class.
So I'm going to casually walk over to you.
Mm-hmm.
You're in whatever you're doing. You've already sat and you're doing stuff. And this is like I'm actually thinking of my marketing class. So the professor is playing like some music. And he actually multiple times, fun fact, everybody, the marketing professor, he would constantly play the Hey Ya song.
Okay.
By Outkast?
No, not Outkast.
By I know the big ginger dude.
No.
Oh.
They did the
Sing it.
was
We all know the song.
The He-Man one.
The He-Man,
Yeah.
but the original song
Yeah.
that it was based off of.
Yeah.
So he would play that a lot. So it's playing and you're jamming out / working on stuff.
And I'm slowly putting my headphones in.
Hey Cheryl, how's it going?
Hey, I have a 3.9. I really need to step it up and focus in this class. Can you not do this right now?
No, I would love to help
Like
you.
you're really
That's
cute.
the
You're really
4.0.
cute and
Oh, really?
everything.
Thank you.
But I'm sorry. Can you give me like 5 minutes to go over my notes before this quiz?
Oh sure. Oh, we have a quiz today. Can you help me study?
What do you need?
I didn't know that we had a quiz today. Did you do last night's reading?
All right, kids, do not do this.
What do you mean? That's good.
I'm digging it so
prepare
far.
for the quiz. Sure.
I am rock
Like-
hard right now.
Well,
so
obviously-
keep it going.
Okay.
Obviously, I know about the quiz and I read, and I'm just using this to
Yeah,
pretend.
it was about Tuesday's lecture.
Tuesday's lecture.
I would just say don't do anything to make them
let him
irritated.
Work his magic, dude.
Oh
Let
well,
him work his magic.
Blake already came in irritated. So what am I supposed to do about that?
Yeah, what are you supposed to
We'll
do?
see,
You
Blake-
ball?
Spray you with an
Blake-
anti-irritation?
No,
Blake
like,
said
You're
I'm
not
up to
yourself when you haven't had a Twix.
Alright, fine.
But Blake,
No, we need to keep going with the
just say
irritated.
just say at that point, like if they
all right.
if they
So
do
Blake
lead
is
off like
super.
that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Cheryl is super mad and uncomfortable, and
Okay.
Yuval's trying to get in. Yuval, continue.
All right. Okay. You know what? Here, I have a friend, and he has the answers to today's quiz. So let me slide that over to you, and you won't have to worry about this quiz at all.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
I am super serious.
Who's your friend?
Gerald?
Oh man, Cheryl and Gerald, it's perfect. I don't know why you're even here,
What does
Yuval.
Gerald look like?
He's that like really hippie, long-haired, bearded guy over there.
Okay, is he smart?
Yeah. I mean, he's got the answers.
What's his grade in the class? I don't trust those answers.
He's probably got like a 2.5.
okay. This is not going anywhere. I need you to just leave me alone. I've got my notes. Just please.
Well, are you sure you don't want the
That's
answers?
strike two. That's strike two.
What do you mean strike two? Hold on! Just give me a second! This is obviously not working! Cheryl, I think you're beautiful. I will leave you alone if you
Jesus
give me
Christ.
your number and let me take you on a date.
But okay, wait.
Alright, take it as a yes! Done!
Okay, so Correct me if I'm wrong, but in this scenario,
Comments,
you guys
critiques?
were already set to go on the date. Is that not correct? Like,
No, I thought I was gonna ask her out. That was
no,
the thing.
no. The whole scenario was, what do you do in the
On
time
the
between?
date.
No. Like, but between the time when you ask them
What
out,
do you
and,
talk about? Yeah.
and when you actually go on the date.
But this was good. This
I
was
started
good.
from the beginning.
This is
I was trying
productive.
to actually ask her out.
Okay.
All right,
So,
here's my
okay.
number.
All right, thank you.
All right,
I'll leave
now
you
you're
alone.
going on a
Okay.
date in 3 days. Now it's the next day in class. Now
Okay.
No. So before then, are you texting her? Because I wouldn't.
Yeah, okay.
Probably not.
I would text
Yeah.
her the day of, like, "Hey, are we still on for our date?"
Well, I would text her just hey, this is Evan, making sure you can,
Well, yeah,
like obviously,
obviously.
just, hey,
I would
it's
text her
Evan.
about class stuff, just to like be like, hey, whatever.
you don't want to
or-
send off the vibe that you're just asking her out for homework stuff.
Well, I don't think that vibe would be sent out
If
at
it's,
all.
No
like,
one
this
does
is,
that.
especially around this time
Yeah,
of year
no
when
one
everyone's
does that.
everyone's going to be busy studying for X final anyway.
Right.
So it's perfectly reasonable at that point. Like, don't do it every day, but
Yeah.
but if you want to just check in every now and again, just hey, did you do all right on that quiz 3 days ago? That's
Yeah,
all.
or whatever. Yeah, I like that. So
Okay.
keep it school.
Keep it
and
casual.
then after the date, then proceed
Well, that's
to
what
like.
that's what I'm saying. So you talk to her the whole time during the date, asking her a buttload of questions about what she likes, what she doesn't like, and then if that's the girl for you, he's really shy. So my advice to him is don't try to be somebody that you're not. If you're shy,
True.
own that shit. Be
I don't know
cute-
about that.
Be the shy, cute guy.
I don't.
Okay.
I think you have to come out of your shell a little bit.
A little
Yeah,
bit. That's what
I
I'm
think
saying
you
about
have
the
to.
questions.
You've gotta be
It's
conversational on
You
the
don't
date,
have to
yeah.
be. You don't have to be shy.
Well, I don't
to
think you.
not ask questions. You can
well-
be shy and still ask questions. To
But it's
people.
not like a job interview where you're saying, I'm nervous, this is my first interview or whatever, because then
Right.
they can relate to that. But if you say, sorry, I'm really nervous, I think that just kind of puts off a
Well,
weird
don't
vibe.
say
for
that.
Well, what do you say? Well, how do you say, hey, I'm shy without saying, hey, I'm shy?
She will pick up on that.
Yeah,
Girls are
it'll
great
be
at picking
obvious.
up those
Oh,
cues.
okay.
They know if some guy is
So,
really talkative,
yeah.
big man on campus, and they know
Sure.
if some guy is a little more subdued and blah blah blah.
And again,
so
in the scenario we're looking at here, guys asked her out. It's a couple days in advance, so like there's a pretty good chance that she's already picked up on that.
maybe
True.
That's true.
True.
depending on how he asked her out.
Like you should really have at least some idea at this point.
I would hope so.
It's not like these are perfect strangers just walking into a bar.
Yeah, don't because if you try to be something other than who you are, if you're a shy dude, be a shy dude. Like that's if that's who you are and you're an introvert like crazy, then be that.
All right.
And so if she likes that, great. If she doesn't, next. You
All right,
move on.
next question. This is a good one. I haven't read this at all, and it's definitely not planned. Blake, why are you an asshole? I'm just
Wow,
kidding.
that's very
Just
excellent.
kidding.
Are you honestly asking?
No. Explain this confusing poem my ex wrote for me.
Oh, good.
My God.
Not long
Let's
ago, my
dissect
ex
this.
tried to be poetic over text and told me, these are quotes,
Roses are red.
nope, you were the canary I had to turn the limelight on. I couldn't figure out this metaphor. He said it was a metaphor for coal mining in relationships. I've been wondering what it means. Any ideas?
Hold
Okay.
on. I think that
You
was
were
a-
the canary I
think
had
that
to
was a-
turn the limelight on.
What is
This
it?
dude is either
You were the
Paging
canary
You
slash
are the
poem for your
canary.
I had to turn the limelight on.
Had to-
Are we really Googling this?
I think it's Henry Davidson Thoreau.
I had to turn the limelight on.
Lights.
Mine
on.
might
Might be,
on.
but it sounds a little too
Well-
nonsense to actually.
Well, I mean, let's break it
And-
down. So,
an
so
actual line from something.
so if it has something to do with coal mining,
Okay.
That makes no sense.
So we got Canary Islands, Limelight Green on Firefox.
nope.
Okay, so
No.
this is
All right.
authentic. This
So-
dude's weird.
So you were the canary. I had to turn my limelight on. Okay, so obviously limelight is direction, attention.
Yeah.
And you are a
Yes.
little bird. She is a little bird.
To me, it sounds. It,
You bird me bright.
it
I'm,
does.
I'm sensing some self-consciousness coming from this dude. Like, look at it deep.
I mean,
he
he's
needs
writing
this.
poetry, so
Oh, no
He's
comment
writing-
on that.
Well,
but
no, I
really
mean, like
nonsensical
let's take this. Well, no, I don't think it's nonsensical because
there's a lot of
so, no,
conjecture here that I need to.
So we
focus
turn
on.
you turn the lime you I had
that
to
a
turn the
haiku?
limelight on. No, it's not.
Not
Okay,
even
so
close.
obviously
I know.
to be in the limelight is to have the attention and to garner this kind of sense of like I mean fucking Rush wrote a song about living in the limelight, like living in
Yeah.
this fame. So
Yeah.
So, I guess canaries
she
are
famous?
songbirds, right? Canaries sing, right? Is that a
They
thing?
do.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, cute, futzy little animal
What?
that he had.
Futzy?
Yeah, futz. I don't know, like a.
I keep going.
Sure, whatever. I don't fucking know. It's a futz. You don't know what a futz is?
No, my bad.
No,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Hey, futz you, dude.
All right.
Whoa. Hey,
so
hey,
it's
hey,
just
hey.
he's
not
he's
futzing cool, bro.
turning his attention to a pretty bird. I don't know what it has to do with coal mining, but
It has nothing to do with coal mining.
Canaries have something to do with coal mining. The limelight escapes me completely, and I don't think the canary makes sense
What
in
do
this
canaries
context.
have to do with coal mining?
So what?
we're
what
gonna break. I'm gonna answer that question for you. We're gonna break the rules. Go ahead, Evan.
So when you're in a coal mine, or when you've got people in a coal mine, people will lower canaries into unused mine shafts to see if there are toxic fumes, because a canary will
Will they
die
really?
to
Carbon
that,
monoxide.
will die of carbon monoxide poisoning much more quickly than a human would.
I'll be damned.
That's fucked up.
A bird cannot.
Like, it makes
handle
sense.
as
but
much.
That's fucked up.
Okay, so hold on. So that brings a little. So he was testing the waters out. Maybe.
He's trying to kill her in a coal mine.
Well, no. So okay, let's.
He's in a dark
without being
place, and
judgmental.
and she's gonna be the one that pulls him out of it, or not?
or identifies if it's dangerous.
Sure.
Maybe he could be bisexual, and so
Or
so the canary,
that.
she's the canary who tests it out. So if the canary lives and the relationship lives when he's directing the attention of the limelight to this canary, then he's straight. But if the canary dies, which I guess the canary did die because he's an ex, then he's gay or not straight necessarily.
Huh.
I would put a lot
I
of
like your
grains of
insight.
salt into that.
I mean,
it's a
I'm not
possibility.
the one sending
for
a
sure.
cryptic
Yeah,
message.
I'm not.
It is a
We're just
possibility. I
grasping at
don't think
straws.
that's what I would read into it, but I can see where you're coming from.
Well, so flatline 10 seconds. What would you say it is, Evan?
I think it's a guy who's bad at writing poetry, to be quite honest.
Okay.
Like I don't think he's really got a full grasp of his ideas, and so this was kind of his half-hearted attempt at putting them together.
9,
Okay.
10.
That works.
Hey, nice.
Ooh, okay. This is a fun one. Real quick. Hopefully this will be a quick one. Will I regret a gold tooth?
Yes.
Yes.
My bottom
right.
front. Okay, I guess we're not going to
Move on.
anything else.
What do you think?
Do you like jobs?
I'm gonna have to go with the crowd on this one.
Do you like jobs?
Yuval, what's your opinion?
I don't know. I think a gold tooth would be kind of cool.
Cool.
If it's like a molar or something like that.
Mm-mm-mm.
What do you mean?
You're gonna shock yourself.
The
boy.
dude said, read it again.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Where did it go? Okay. Well,
If it's in the back of the molars,
my bottom front
Bottom front
incisor is chipped and bothering me. Okay.
so
Yeah. All right. Don't get
No.
a
I
I
gold
mean, you
tooth.
should get
No.
it fixed, but you shouldn't get it.
develop a British accent and own it. Next.
I don't know. These are
You trying to harmonize or something?
We are trying to. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is really
Singing
long.
it.
All right. This may or may not be one of the last ones that we're gonna do because it's kind of long.
Okay. Jesus.
Ugh.
Am I in the wrong?
Oh God.
Oh dear.
My mom, with bipolar disorder, texted me. She was in her room this afternoon. I told her it was none of her business knowing what I told my therapist. I was also very curt with her when she tried to ask me questions. All these years, I would.
God.
Oh wait, no, this is the person. Never
You're
mind.
still no.
It doesn't matter who it is. Don't do that.
all these years I was in therapy, we were told to point our finger at ourselves and focus there to better.
Phone.
All right, Blake, do a voice, please.
No.
Are you for real?
Please do.
Do
a
not
voice.
do a voice.
Do a voice. Do like super twang. Super
Why are
twang.
you
Just
pointing
come-
out me to do?
Because
super
Blake,
twang?
I'm a racist. Go ahead. Come on.
At least he admits it.
So are we talking like South Carolina?
Yes,
twang,
yes,
or-
all the way. Like like you're deep in the South, and like you're in podunk nowhere, and there's a
The
forest
twang is
and
all
a
you
clearing, and then you see the shack, and inside the shack is an outhouse, and then you go in the outhouse and you find a person living there
But why would
And
the
that's-
outhouse be inside the shack?
because
How
that's
long
how
have they
deep
been
south
there?
we are.
How long have they been there?
A good solid 7 months.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Where am I? All right. I'm trying to think of relatives that I know that talk exactly how you're thinking of.
You got this.
All right. All right. I can't do it, dude.
All right. Fine.
All the years I was in therapy, we were told to point our finger at ourselves and focus there to be better us so we could function more productively with those around us. Seems to me that you all do the opposite and that not much is getting done. You obviously don't want to talk to me and I will not make you. Just know it can go both ways. I don't need a negative relationship either. So you will go to school day and night until Christmas and you will need to catch the bus. Okay, that was the mom.
All right.
Okay, this is the poor sap. Right. I told my therapist that the reason I'm so anxious all the time now is because I feel trapped in my home and in school. My family doesn't let me learn how to drive, parentheses, even though I'm graduating this year. And they also ignore me when I start criticizing their actions towards me. I'm always the butt of a joke, but with two T's, son. You need to get that shit together.
That's the point. He's the butt. He's the butt of the joke.
I'm always the butt of the joke, and any shortcoming I have, they always like to make fun of me for that. They also treat me like I'm incompetent and can't do anything right. Literally, one of the reasons that I'm so anxious and depressed is because I have no control over anything, and I feel like I trapped. Oh my god, dude. I feel like I trapped and unable to do anything. She's the one that caused this negative relationship, i.e. her mom, or his mom, because she never listens to me. She's always doubting my ability and is constantly suspicious of me and thinks I'm doing bad shit behind her back. Am I wrong to blame her and the family?
Can I read that real quick?
Absolutely, yeah. That was a lot. That was a mess.
Very well.
All right, so I think moral of the story: person's in therapy, going through a lot of shit, has a lot of problems. Mom is making this person feel guilty. The appearance is the mom is making the person feel guilty. Person's family isn't very supportive, and the person's family will make jokes and poke fun, but will never look at the mirror themselves. And should this...
And I'm going to assume she's not really bipolar. I think that's just him insulting.
Probably projecting.
Like my bipolar mom or whatever, you know?
Sure. Trying to focus and criticize.
So, I don't know, dude. Stop criticizing them, for one. Like, if you're gonna be that guy, be like calm and deliberate with whatever you have a problem with, but don't criticize, because then people immediately get shut off and they won't want to. And the finger immediately points back to you when you do that. People don't like to be criticized. That's just how we are. So be a little bit more calm and deliberate with it. Is the temp okay, Yuval?
No, I'm hot, and for some reason the thermostat's on 80.
Well, Cheryl's hot too, so turn it down.
Like painfully warm in here.
Yes, what I'm doing.
I don't know, Evan. What do you think?
I think
we're gonna take a quick break while I fix the thermostat.
Can we skip this question? That sucks.
All right, we're back, and apparently we're skipping it because no one wants to answer that question because it's I don't know why.
It's long-winded and it's kind of hard to follow.
All right, fine. All right, urgent, please help.
Whoa.
Hi.
Howdy.
That's it.
Is it really?
No. I'm 13 years old, and about 6 weeks ago, my dad died. My mother is a complete mess. She drinks a lot, is really annoying and degrading, and makes me want to leave. I have the opportunity. I can go live with my aunt, and I said that I would if she doesn't pull herself together. Get a job, even though she doesn't need it. She has millions, and can give me a normal childhood. The problem is that she has congestive heart failure, and told me that if I left, she would die. She's not suicidal whatsoever, but she told me her heart would give out. I'm fairly confident it wouldn't, but that's not a risk I'd like to take. But I really want to leave, so I can't pick. So she can't pick me up from. She can't pick me up from clubs. Take me anywhere. Be a good mother. I just really have to live in a stable household. Please help me. I don't know, get the aunt involved.
That's a. That's heavy.
Do we know, is this a paternal or maternal aunt? That would actually be a pretty significant
Isn't aunt
issue.
maternal?
Well,
and then uncle.
it would be.
Her dad could have a sister.
Oh.
Probably doesn't say.
No.
Let's just assume the mom side.
Maybe.
Well,
probably.
And we
Maybe.
should probably.
Well, I mean, so
we should probably make
where
a
you're
case
thinking
for either way.
Where
Okay,
you're thinking.
let's do it.
Because, like, if this is the mother's sister, then that is something that I would probably say get the aunt involved. See if she can sort this thing out.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
If not, then considering that her
I think it'd be an
brother
easier
then would have
transition
died.
to go to her dad's aunt. or your dad's sister. I think that'd be an easier transition because the two sisters are really close. Sisters are naturally closer.
It would be
and so I
an
think
easier
that would
transition to just pack up and move, probably. But you've also got to consider that if it is a paternal aunt that her brother just died, you don't necessarily know how she's dealing with that. Because
she has the opportunity. She has the opportunity. That's what she said. So we're assuming the aunt is on board. Hey, whenever you need to, come over.
True.
Sure.
True.
So I don't know if I were to go to.
The question then becomes what to, but like as far as, and that does solve the issue for the kid in this question. But we do have the question of what actually happens to the mother in this scenario.
Sure.
Should we get CPS involved?
I don't think it's really advanced.
It doesn't seem it's that
point
bad at this point. Yeah.
where that's
There's a
something that
difference
has to be
between
done.
drinking and being a semi-alcoholic and being like a full-on abusive alcoholic where you need to call CPS or
Where
you
you
die in
have
his house.
negligence and
Sure.
potential endangerment.
Well, I mean, you don't think that?
Can I read that?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. Coming from a family with a couple alcoholics, or not a couple, a few.
Well, I mean,
Go ahead.
I was just real quick. I mean, if there's a lacking paternal figure, and then there is a mother who is potentially, I mean, I would say this is negligence. I mean, if the mom, if the kid, obviously this might have been exaggerated to in a certain extent, but I think if the kid is not getting kind of the basic necessities of, care and love and
Attention
God
and whatnot.
knows what, if they have millions, if they're living in a huge house, is the mom cooking, is what's going on in the house. So
The mom needs help. That's difficult
Personally,
to go through.
So I reread it, and some of the wordage makes it almost seem put me on a pedestal, and it seems kind of annoying.
What do you mean?
Some of the language
the
in
kid
there
wants
makes
that?
it seem whiny.
The kid seems whiny.
Yes.
Okay.
It doesn't, just from the wordage of it and reading through it again, it seems like it may be an issue, but realize that 6 weeks is not nearly enough time to be able to get over something like your husband passing away.
True.
And so people do deal with it differently. Whether they deal with it in a healthy manner or not is a question, obviously. But I think the best thing to do is give it more time to normalize and try to form a connection with your mother in this scenario, because she's your only parent left. You have to form that connection. You have to try to help her out of it and form a bond with her and have a good family life with just the two of you. It's hard,
Right.
and it sucks, and losing a spouse takes a lot out of a person. I watched my dad go through it, but even though it was hard for a while, he managed to buckle himself up, and him and I had a pretty decent relationship for the rest of it. It definitely brought us closer together, I think.
Okay.
So I think the best thing to do is stay where you are and see what you can make of the situation. I think it's a good learning experience. I think it'll make you stronger as an adult.
Maybe ask if the aunt can come stay with y'all. As
That's true.
opposed
Just
to-
bring more
Even-
family.
even if for a
being
short
more
amount of
family
time.
in the
Yeah. Just for
household.
that family environment to
Yeah, something to help
grow and
brighten
gel.
the day.
That's a good idea.
Okay, so what if this was like 6 months out? Do you still think that's enough time?
I think that's
or?
a different story.
Okay.
I think
So if it's 6 months out, mom's still alcoholic, droning around the house, not taking care of the kid.
at that point, I think she has a problem and she needs help.
Okay.
Because there's a difference between not dealing with stress efficiently right after a crisis and not dealing with stress efficiently in the not long future after a crisis. But it's obvious at that point, if it's 6 months, that she can't take care of herself just at all. Like, she's not fit to be a parent even for herself. Therefore, she shouldn't be fit to be a parent for anybody else. Mm-hmm. I think it's really timing based.
Okay. All right. Anyone else have any closing remarks on that?
No, Evan kind of hit it nail on the head.
I agree.
All right. Something real quick.
Something lighter.
Something super light, real quick. What should my next phone be? I could afford the iPhone X. Is it really worth it?
No.
Well, I mean, what's the next phone?
Hot sports opinion there. All right.
Android 8 Edge.
Android 8 Edge. All right.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Samsung Galaxy 8 Edge.
I mean, they're all Android large
Yeah.
Edge.
I mean, do we know anything about what phone they have now?
I'm guessing
read
they
us the paragraph.
No, it's
please.
literally that's the only line.
Let's just
Yeah,
assume
I
the
believe
new,
that that's the
the
only
old iPhone.
Sure, they got an old iPhone. Should they make the swap? This was just supposed to be something real quick.
I get you. It's like I'm just trying to actually answer the question.
I say stick with it. I like my iPhone 8.
I think you
but
should get whichever phone appeals the most to you. You shouldn't go based
that's
on
such
anyone else's.
Okay, so then he
Yeah.
wants to get an iPhone X. Then apparently,
Then drop $1,000 on
Well,
that.
he just said if it's worth it. Not that
I think it's potentially worth it if he can afford it, and he's saved up, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna put this money to spend on the iPhone. I say go for it.
Fucking buy it. It's
Got an
a phone,
OLED
shit.
screen, super fast processor, really nice camera, full display. I'm down
Sure.
for it.
Full frontal nudity.
Yep, full frontal nudity display. Fun fact, real quick, Evan, did you have anything else?
Nothing major. Just
Okay.
that I personally would not make that purchasing decision, but I am not this guy.
Okay, that's true. Are you not a big phone guy?
I don't like.
What phone do you have right now? Are you gonna tell me iPhone 6s Plus,
No.
iPhone 7,
It's
iPhone
a
8?
It's not
Samsung
an iPhone.
Galaxy Grand Prime. I think it's like a
Oh, okay.
version of the S6 or something.
So it's a
like
gross off-brand.
that. It's
No, I'm just
not
messing
even
with you.
really an off-brand, but not
Oh.
one of the mainline phones for sure. And
I know what he should get. Sorry,
What?
finish that, but I know what he should get.
okay.
Carrier pigeons.
I personally am just more of a fan of the Android OS than Apple for one
Sure.
thing, and for another, I don't think you need to have. I don't think a phone is something that you need to have the top of the line for all the time. Really,
Mm-hmm.
I can agree with that.
I think that as long as it's got, I think the biggest thing normally that I have issues with is just storage space for everything you need your phone to do,
True.
and just compatibility with whatever it is you use your phone for. But
Okay.
past that, I don't see a lot of reason to spend a lot of money on
All right.
extra features.
I think, and this is only because this phone was easily the most explosive on the market, the Samsung Note 2, easily. You know, the one that literally exploded.
You mean the Note 4 or 5?
Pretty sure it was the 2.
No, it wasn't. It was like
Smoke
the
signals?
Note 5.
I'm looking it up.
The Note 5 is what
I'm
exploded.
looking it up.
So it caused Samsung's stock to drop, but then actually shoot back up because Samsung literally has, almost literally has a monopoly on the OLED.
On fucking South Korea.
Sure, okay, but
they make up like 30% of their economy.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But no, the reason why the iPhone X's are so expensive is because Samsung is choking out Apple when buying the OLED screens. So since they produce and manufacture them, they're charging.
It was the Note 7.
No, whatever.
So I was 5 off and you were 2 off. Okay.
If
But
you
5
add your
plus 2
answers
is
together,
7, so
you
we
get
were
it.
right.
That's true. But yeah, that's
Team
part of the
effort.
reason is Samsung is strangleholding the market. So preventing innovation. Awesome.
I wish I could stranglehold the market.
Which one?
I
We'll
don't
just
know.
name your kid the market and then
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
you're right, dude.
Alternatively, you
Is this
could
a
What's your
or
wife's
something?
nickname? The market.
you could do
When does it drop?
anything. Jesus Christ.
What'd I say?
Nothing. Just nothing at all. Just anything other than your kid. If you're going to name something the market and then strangle it, probably should
At least choose your cat.
all right. Next question.
Yeah, if it's got to be something living. Seriously,
last
at
question.
least choose your cat.
Last question. Thinking of boycotting sports store that also sells guns. I buy a ton of sports equipment from one large sports store in our town. It's locally owned, so I feel good about that. I have always been troubled that they have a large firearms section. I'm increasingly losing my patience for the firearms industry and the NRA. I've written my senators and congressmen to do something about the mass killings and, well, like they're going to do anything. The mass killings and, of course, no response. I can't think of any other way to have an effect on the gun industry other than make sure none of my dollars goes there. I'm thinking of boycotting the store. I can either just personally do it or announce that I am and bet a few others will too. And then I will also worry about this making a bigger... But then I also worry about making this a bigger stink than I want and friends getting pissed at me.
Don't.
Who gives a shit? No one's gonna care if you boycott it. No one's gonna care if you don't. It's not.
Well, that's the attitude that then they're going to keep selling guns.
Yeah.
But doing what?
So-
you being one person, how does an avalanche start? Just a
So
sound.
here's my question
One
regarding
sound.
this.
That's true.
Is there a problem with the way that the store handles their gun sales? Is it with the fact that the store sells guns at all, or is it with the gun industry in general?
I think it's the
2 and
gun
3.
industry.
2 and
Yeah,
3.
2 and 3. Gun industry doesn't like guns, how it's being handled, and because his locally sports, I'm guessing probably Academy or something, whatever. Let's just say so. Academy. Well, it's
It said
locally
locally owned, so mom and pop store.
Mom and Pop Academy is selling guns and sports equipment, and so they're saying, well, It's like the whole I think to a more real extent, and not the fake Starbucks boycotting and whatever, but about the holiday cups and stuff like that.
I saw that.
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah. So obviously that's a stupid reason, but I think he's a legitimate reason to boycott and announce it and tell people, and because it's there. Mom and pop shop are, because we live in a free market economy, so
We do.
it's his right
But
to.
here's the main problem that I have with this in general is that, well, for one thing, it is fairly unlikely to make a significant difference, and if it does, because this person, as they've said, does buy a significant amount of money from this store, are you willing to risk putting this store out of business because you don't like that they happen to sell firearms? And overall, this is something that is legal across the country. Overall, as far as change on a macroscopic scale, change on how the United States approaches gun control, this is not even going to come close to being a drop in the bucket.
I agree, and
It's
I have
true.
a point to kind of add on.
Go ahead.
So, if you're going to boycott a store for selling guns, why are you going to boycott your local mom and pop shop that most likely is family owned, pays decently for the area, and sells guns because it turns them a profit and keeps them in business, whereas you could go boycott a corporation that doesn't pay employees well, sells guns, and does generally across the board worse than a mom and pop store would, besides being more available.
Okay, so just attack the bigger target.
Personally, I think if you're going to I don't think boycotting a mom and pop shop is going to do anything. I don't think boycotting a Walmart's going to do anything. I know it won't, but I just don't think it's worth the trouble on a mom and pop when you could go for an evil quote unquote corporation.
Yeah,
Sure.
And the only thing that I would change my stance on that would be if you see that there is like a serious security issue with how they're selling these guns.
Yeah,
if
I
they're
can
selling
agree
these
with
to
that.
people without a license, something about that, then absolutely draw attention to that. But otherwise, this is what they're
Everything's
doing
above
to turn a
board.
profit. If you're in an area where you're buying a lot of sporting equipment from this place, they probably make very good business selling those guns because there are probably a lot of hunters in that area. Those two things just kind of go together.
Okay.
So in that regard, I just either you're not going to make a dent in their sales, or you're going to make a very significant one, and you're going to put this place out of business, and you need to take that into consideration.
Okay.
I think just going straight for a gun shop would even be better.
Just a strict firearm place.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to boycott, and honestly, I don't care if people have guns. I don't care if they don't. But it's like, it just doesn't seem worth the trouble.
Well, there is a difference between boycotting and protesting. In a lot of ways, they're already boycotting gun shops because clearly they don't. Since they have this serious opinion on them, they don't own a gun. They're never going to go somewhere shopping for a gun.
True.
And I can understand that.
Real-
No points against them for that. But you've got to. Yes, I still think that you've got to consider the implications for the business itself,
Okay.
and that should be a higher priority than I only want to buy my free-range chicken so that all the chickens can roam free.
Sure.
For an analogy.
All right, Blake, you've been quiet. I want to know. I mean, you stick guns in your butt, so it's like I'm sure you've got a pretty polarized opinion about this.
I don't have a polarized opinion. I want this guy to do a little bit more research. The legality of this shop owning and selling firearms, the law is the law. And so if you're protesting because you have a problem with the way this specific establishment is selling guns, all gun stores or all gun owners or not owners, but all gun stores and all stores that sell guns are required by law to go through, I don't know what state he's in, but a federal background check and an FBI background check before they can make any sale on a firearm. And after that, if you just have a problem with the fact that a store is selling guns, then I would ask you to do your research on it and really understand, what you're getting into. But as far as protesting, yeah, do what you want. I'm not here to stop you from protesting the same way I'm not here to stop a private business from doing what it wants as well.
Okay.
So
Good point.
that's how I feel.
All right. To close it off, I just want to kind of spin the situation a little bit, see what you guys' differing opinions are. What if this was still a mom and pop shop, more heavy on the weapons?
What does that mean?
Less
sports,
Like
more
less
instead,
sports,
instead of like
yeah.
70% sports,
Okay.
30, and then it's like 50-50.
Sure.
Okay.
So 50-50.
It's
And
more like a Cabela's almost.
yeah, it's pretty much a Cabela but local mom and pop.
Okay.
But it is in an area with way high crime rate.
Okay.
Do you think does that
no.
change your opinion?
No.
No.
Okay.
Because most violent crimes with firearms are done with handguns, and
Well, can't you buy a handgun from Cabela's?
well, that's what I'm saying though. So the private businesses that sell those guns,
They're not
a
responsible for
small fraction of those guns that are bought and registered are not responsible for violent crime.
okay.
That because look at inner cities where violent crime is the most rampant, and 75 or 76% of gun crimes are drug related. Because we're not legally required to register any and all firearms unless they're automatic weapons.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to track whether or not people are buying guns at Cabela's or Academy or Dick's Sporting Goods and are committing these violent crimes. It's not likely, and that's just based on inner city crime statistics and the weapons that are confiscated by the police and law enforcement officials.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I don't see that as a problem.
Well,
And also a gun owner or a gun shop has full extent of the law to deny anybody from purchasing a firearm on no means whatsoever. Like if they get a shady opinion or they get a shady look from me, they can say, man, the paperwork's not going through, man. You're going to have to go figure that out. They can deny me a firearm at will. So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if they see somebody that they perceive to be off kiltered or not right, or they think they're going to be up to something, a gun shop has full authority to deny them that firearm. Mm-hmm. So no, I don't see a problem with that.
Okay. All right. That works. One last lightning rounds. Just quick questions. Weird smell in my apartment, especially when using heat. What do I do?
You just wait for it to wear off.
Call the front desk and put in a work order.
I would.
If it's the first heater use of the season, it'll be like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
call the front
they
desk.
do just make smells. If it lasts longer than 3 days, maybe see if something's up.
Yeah,
All right.
That was such a shit question.
it really was.
Dude, just read one.
Well, they're all like really long ones. How to control your emotions? Go.
Don't be a pussy.
I mean, kind of. Yeah, just don't be a pussy.
That and drink.
I think breathing helps. All right, that's it, everybody, for the one more piece of advice. We have very polarizing people here.
Let the
Good old
record
don't be a
state
pussy.
that I'm not terrifically sure that Blake's last bit of advice was good advice, but that's just
What'd
my
I say?
opinion.
And drink.
Anyways,
I mean, in moderation. I mean,
Okay,
you know.
there you go. That's my
after you're drunk.
I just drink until I can't feel emotion.
Amen. That's
Anyways,
what you do.
That is it. I appreciate you guys being on the
Thank
podcast
you.
with me. I think this was a horrible show. Anyways, all right. Everyone have a good day or night or sleep or sit or TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
All of those things. Do all of those things in the best manner possible.
And that is the episode. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Do you want to know who a guru is? I'll tell you who a guru is. Sabrina Parker. She's a guru in investing in property. Is it buying? Is it selling? Is it renting? Is it leasing? Is it anything? Is it anything? I'm telling you, she is smart. She knows everything about real estate. All right? Whether it's finding the right location, understanding what's a good deal, literally anything and everything. If you're curious, just give her an email, give her a call. All that information is down below. If you mention the podcast, you get half off the commission rate. Honestly, I would go ahead and give her a call or email her just if you have questions. It's better to know and not need it than need it and not have it. All right, everybody. Have a good one.
In the wild, there is no healthcare. In the wild, healthcare is, ow, I hurt my leg. I can't run. The lion eats me, and I'm dead. Well, I'm not dead. I'm the lion. You're dead. When my mother was pregnant with me, they did an ultrasound and found she was having twins. They did another ultrasound. A few weeks later, they discovered that I had resorbed the other fetus. Do I regret this? No. I believe his tissues made me stronger. I now have the strength of a grown man and a little baby.
Gun with 2 bullets and I was in a room with Hitler, Bin Laden, and Toby, I would shoot Toby twice. I would shoot Toby twice. Bros before hoes. Why? Because your bros are always there for you. They have got your back after your hoe rips your heart out for no good reason. And you were nothing but great to your hoe. And you told her that she was the only hoe for you, and that she was better than all the other hoes in the world. And then suddenly she's not your hoe, no mo.